What's up, everyone? Welcome to my Raging Tech Addiction. I am Rage, and in front of you is a gorgeous piece of tech. It is the MXL Revelation 2 Tube Condenser Microphone. All information that I am about to tell you is taken from MXL's website itself. So we're going to do an overview. So let's go. It has a variable pattern tube condenser microphone. The capsule inside of it is a dual gold sputtered 6-micron diaphragm. The tube inside of this bad boy or girl, whatever you want to call it, you can call it Susie if that makes you feel better, is a EF86. And I have looked at the tube myself. In this one, it is a Electro Harmonics, which I was really surprised to see. Kudos to MXL for putting something in there that's not the bare bones Russian tube. Frequency response is 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. The sensitivity is minus 40 dB, impedance 140 ohms. It has an attenuation switch in the back, which you can switch from 0 dB to minus 10 dB. As you can also see on the power supply itself, I will get a zoomed in picture for you. It has a bass roll off and a 180 degree phase switch. Very interesting. I probably won't use those, but if you use those, they're there for you. The max SPL is 138 dB. Power requirements, obviously it has a Revelation 2 power supply that provides the power necessary to power and heat up that gorgeous tube. As you can tell, the metal finish is dark violet and black chrome. It's quite sexy, especially when the light hits it just right. All right. And as MXL says themselves, quoting again from them, the Revelation 2 is a studio microphone that delivers the warmth and intimacy of a classic tube microphone with a lush mid-range, providing a unique color and sound to any microphone locker. A dual gold sputtered 6-micron diaphragm and hand-selected EF86 penetrobe tube provide warmth and character, giving the Revelation 2 an iconic sound. The Revelation 2's variable selection knob allows for limitless transitions between cardioid, omnidirectional, and figure 8 polar pattern. Whether you record vocals, instruments, percussions, or simply use it as a room mic, the Revelation 2 brings a classic sound to any recording application. Now, let's talk about realism. So, I have been using this now for about a month. And what I can tell you here, let's just zoom in a little bit here, is that when I transition from polar pattern to polar pattern and in between, sometimes the mic gives out and stops working. It just stops. So then I have to go back to the polar pattern I was on, kicks back on, works just fine. I don't know what that is all about, but just letting you know from my experience that sometimes when the mic is on switching between polar patterns, I get some real finicky, weird stuff. So now with that out of the way, and now that you have all the information necessary, how about we hook this bad boy up and you can hear it for yourself. Let's make that transition. All right, guys, we're back, and now we are on the MXL Revelation 2, as you can hear it here. This is with no EQ, no compression, no nothing. It's going straight into my Audion ID14, which I would love to hold up and show in front of the camera, but I would probably rip every wire out I had here, and we'd have a very big mess. And I'd be very frustrated because I would be probably figuring out what the hell's going on for the next probably hour to 2 hours. Now, so how does it sound to you? Drop a comment below to let me know how it sounds to you. I'm monitoring it myself, and it always sounds. I'm very surprised with this tube microphone. I have other tube microphones that are in the higher bracket, and I have found that I really enjoy this one the most. And for the price point, I was a little shocked at the sound that this one presents, especially with my voice, which my voice tends to be in the mid to higher range. And if I am whining, then it tends to be very high. Now, I forgot to mention in the overview that this does come with Mogami cables. If that's your thing, there you go. You can look forward to getting some really awesome cables. Unfortunately, my Mogami cables got eaten by my dog. So I actually was very fortunate that one of my other tube microphones uses pretty much the same wire or the same XLR pattern of gold pins, and I didn't have to purchase another one, which down the road I probably will because it was a very nice cable. So now I'm going to try to replicate what I was talking about as I switch polar patterns or go in between polar patterns, how the mic fully cuts out. So let me reach down here and see if I can so you guys can hear it. So let's see. I'm changing now. I'm on my way to omnidirectional, I do believe. So I have no idea what's going on. Hello. All right, see, we're back. So, see, what I was talking about is that as because it tells you that there's a lot of variabilities that you could do. I probably said the wrong word there, but you can do a lot, right? You can go in between. You can kind of go in between cardioid and omni and do your own like hypercardioid or something, right? But I just tried, and for some reason, every time I do that, it sometimes cuts out. Sometimes I'm very fortunate and it works, and sometimes it just cuts the hell out. So I don't know what's going on with that MXL, but maybe you can tell me if anyone else has had that problem. Maybe there's a fix for it. Maybe it's just a bad unit. I don't know. So with that said, let's do the plosive test. Peter Piper picked a pepper. That's absolutely horrible. You definitely want a pop filter with this, or practice microphone technique as I'm doing right now, talking to the side. So I'm also going to hit the switch in the back. There's a minus 10 dB pad in the back. We're going to hit that real quick. Sorry for the ears. Now you are hearing it with the minus 10 dB for loud sources. So let's click it back over. All right, now I am going to hook it up to my tube preamp, and you can hear this in a I'm gonna let you hear it with my compression settings, my EQ settings, DS or all that stuff, and you can then tell me what you think of that. So let's switch over to that. All right, so now you're hearing it with on the Art voice channel tube pre, and this is how it sounds. This is it's got I got some compression de-esser, which I'm really not trying to say my S's and T's and all that stuff. I've got EQ. So right now I am boosting or doing okay, I'll break it down here. So I have about plus 3 dB on low. I have around on the around 1K I'm doing about plus 2 to 3 dB. And around 5.4K I'm also doing another 2 to 3 dB boost. On the upper, let's say around 8K, I am doing no EQ. I feel my voice is already high enough, and I don't need to do any more. Most cases, I actually, which I don't think my voice really hits the 15K range. I usually pad it out there. I do a drop off. There's a drop off that I usually use to drop anything off beyond that, which, well, I hope I'm not beyond that, which I doubt. So the other thing is that I want to know what you guys think. I procured a Telefunken EF86 tube. So all my tube microphones, I love to change the tubes out. I like to kind of do my own thing, get my own sound. Even though with this one, I really, really do think that the electroharmonic tube is plenty, and I absolutely love the fact that they put that in there. I was really shocked when I actually opened it up and took a look because it just says Penetrobe tube, right? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And I opened it up and I looked, and it said electroharmonic. I've used electroharmonic tubes in other microphones, and they're fantastic. But I could not pass up the chance to get a EF86 Telefunken tube. I tried to get a Mullard. I believe that's the name, Mullard. But the guy, I don't know, man. I bought it and he actually refunded my money. I don't know why. So I really wanted that really vintage sound, right, that they used in a lot of the Neumann tube microphones. So if you would like me to actually record the changing of the tube, just drop a comment down below, and I'd be more than happy to record it and show it on the tube itself, how it looks on the inside, and actually the process you go through changing the tube. Also, a disclaimer: you do change it at your own risk, right? I know, like in the Lewitt tube microphone I have, they literally Lewitt just says don't do it. Don't do it because of the way you have to do it. You can damage the microphone. So do check with the manufacturer on kind of what they say. Sometimes they even might have a guideline on how to do it. So do check with it. I've already looked at this one, and it's very familiar to the Warm Audio 251. Very similar style of how to open it up, how to take it, how to take the tube out, and so on and so forth. But with that said, what do you guys think of this microphone? I absolutely love this microphone. It has literally become my number one tube microphone. I have the Warm Audio 251. I have Lewitt's. I think it's like the 840 or the 880 or whatever it is. I have that tube microphone. And then I have an oldie but a goodie, and I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but they don't make them anymore as far as I understand. That one I like too. They're all great. They all I think represent my voice very well for what it is. But I really like what MXL has done with this microphone. Like this microphone alone has redeemed MXL in my eyes, because I did have kind of a bad experience with MXL early on when I first got into microphones. So this has redeemed them in my eyes. And also, before I take off here, guys, I gotta tip my hat to Mr. Podcastage there. Thank you for making me a microphone addict. All your content just makes me want more and more and more microphones, my friend. But with that said, this is my raging tech addiction. Getting the hell out of here. You guys have a wonderful day. Be safe out there. It's a crazy world we live in. Enjoy getting your microphones and enjoy your addictions, unless it's very bad. Okay, I don't just, if you're doing bad things, don't be addicted to bad things. Microphones are a lot better to be addicted to. Okay, stop the crack, guys. Stop the crack. Yeah. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Peace the hell out.